Reddit, what celebrity has slowly lost your respect? My celebrity lost my respect ages ago. Steven Seagal. When I was a kid and Under Siege came out, I was all like, I wanna be Steven Seagal. He's awesome. I even got into Aikido as a result, made blue belt. But after a few really dud movies and a fair bit of bad press, I realized he was a douche who had terrible acting skills and a really bad attitude. After watching Space Jam as a kid, it was a pretty big hit learning that MJ was a dick. I immediately lose respect for any celebrity I learn is a domestic abuser and or a Scientologist. The list is getting sadly quite extensive. Not so much slowly lost my respect as much as instantly losing my respect. I read an 11-month-old post on RNBA about Karl Malone impregnating a 13-year-old. The family didn't press charges either. All around scummy shitty. The family didn't press charges because they didn't want to hurt Malone's career. Edit. He also would have not been able to provide child support if he was charged. Fun fact. That 13-year-old's child is Demetrius Bell. He's not even really a celebrity but the guy who does the cooking at home segment on our local news. I hate him so vocally that I have converted others without them even realizing it. His food looks gross and his voice is obnoxious. I feel like we would be friends because I am also the type of person to have one-sided beefs with insignificant local channel personalities. Steve Harvey. FCK Steve Harvey. I knew him for his F-king teeth. But he is an asshole. Where is his moral barometer? Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow is the kind of concentrated combination of decadence, vanity and ignorance that makes me understand God's reasons for the deluge. Charlie Sheen. From a cameo in Ferris Bueller to other Brat Pack hits. I liked him and his brother Emilio. And their dad was also a doing good stuff. But the drugs, WH-res and such just got old. And now he's a joke. Taylor Swift is definitely not as innocent as she pretends. Edit. Bill Maher. His views on medicine and GMOs are extreme anti-science conspiracy nonsense equivalent to jet fuel can't melt steel beams, yet he bashes conservatives on being anti-science on global warming. BoJack Horseman. At first I thought he was just a product of his situation and could overcome the cycle of abuse, but at this point I realize he is simply irredeemable. FCK man. What else is there to say? Lena Dunham. I don't know why are people still willing to work with her after she almost destroyed an innocent man's life. She's not only annoying, but also a detriment to modern feminism and humanity. John Jones. Dude was the GOAT and now he's just a FCK up with scripture tattooed on his chest. Gary Busey. Dude hasn't done anything crazy in a long time. Eminem. If you didn't want to talk to me outside your concert you didn't have to. But you called us, signed an autograph for Matthew. That's my little brother, man. He's only 6 years old. We waited in the blistering cold for you. For 4 hours and you just said no. That's pretty shitty, man. You're like his F-kin idol. He wants to be just like you, man. He likes you more than I do. I miss the old Kanye. Straight from the go. Kanye. Manny Pacquiao. I stopped respecting him when he started running for elected office here in the Philippines. It's bad enough we have actors and corrupt people in the Senate and Congress. We also have someone who is absent 99% of the time because he has to train. Why'd he bother running if he can't do the job? Yes. And the homophobic comments too. Will Smith. I stopped caring after he was butthurt about being snubbed for the last Oscars. George Clickbait Takei. Taylor Swift is the type of girl to pull a Gone Girl stunt. Africa Bambaataa. He's not as famous as the names mentioned here, but he did make hip hop popular. Well, I had respect for him because of hip hop, but well, the accusations recently are damning. Beyonce. I love her, but she doesn't seem like a person anymore, just a walking brand. Think it was after I learned she has photographers following her 24/7 taking pics and videos of her to put on social media etc. that made me think this is a bit much. Also, is her and JZ's marriage a business deal? I hope not. Also, the whole hospital incident where her security refused to let a man in to see his newborn baby. Jack White was my hero and favorite artist of all time. In the last few years though, he's released nothing musically interesting and has been caught up in a few petty feuds. Also, he sucks as a producer. You know what this song needs? A distorted guitar solo by me. Bill Cosby. Not so much slowly lost respect as immediately lost respect. Anyone know if there's a subreddit where people who know celebrities tell stories about what they're like in person? Ask Reddit once every 5 days. Jim Carrey because of his rant on anti-vaccines. Just to be picky. Jim Carrey. 2 R's. Is the actor from Ace Ventura and The Truman Show. Jim Carrey. 1 R. Is a former NHL goalie. Edit. Since people are asking. It's Carrey. The actor. Who had the anti-vaccine rant. Cat Williams. What the hell happened there? Jeffree Star. Was not a fan during his MySpace days. But instead. I used to be a fan of his lipstick line and watched his YouTube content. After hearing about the feuds and whatnot he's gotten into over a period of time. I don't follow him on social media or anything anymore. Also because I just got bored of him. He's just really problematic and it's not fun seeing any of that around my news feeds. I'm gonna miss those liquid lipsticks though. George Clooney for hosting that $350 K-Plate fundraiser for Hillary. And then going on TV and complaining about money in politics with a straight face. Ricky Gervais. He used to slag off celebrities who sell out to advertisers and just get their picture took. He has now become that celebrity. Katherine Heigl. Neil deGrasse Tyson is kinda a pretentious scumbag. I'm actually not a scumbag. The bag you see is actually my skin that just acts like a bag containing mostly water. Not scum. As someone who doesn't give a shit about politics and watched the DNC purely as an observer. Sarah Silverman and Lena Dunham. Tom Hiddleston. For dating Taylor Swift. Johnny Depp. About a decade ago. I thought he was one of the best living actors. 5 years ago. I thought he was just in a slump. 2 years ago. He'd started to annoy me after just too much relentless crap. And now. After the Amber Heard thing. I think he's a repulsive monster. It was gradual. But man did he ever fall in my eyes. Kristen Stewart. From the time she was caught with a married guy behind her boyfriend's back. You can't seriously still believe that her and Rob were actually together when their entire relationship has been used to describe celebrities dating for publicity. 101. Take a look back at the timeline. Started and ended with Twilight. Supposed to be married around 5 different times. They needed a scandalous breakup to end it all. Now she's dating girls and he's happily in another relationship. All is well. Kanye West. The dude is just trying to be controversial now for the sake of being controversial and his music has taken a big hit as well. But don't tell this to the Yeezy fans, they'll just tell you he's the anointed God King and that you need to be silenced for speaking against the word of Yeezy. The Life of Pablo was easily the most overhyped and underwhelming release of 2016. The Life of Pablo was easily the most overhyped and underwhelming release of 2016. Now I'm no Kanye fan. But that title of most overhyped and underwhelming goes to Views from the 6. TLOP was pretty good I thought. Kanye likes to take chances and I like that. Especially in a world where the Drakes rule the charts and their albums stay formulaic as hell. Adam Sandler. I served Adam Sandler ice cream once. Was refilling the soft serve machine. Hear someone ask for a cup of vanilla. Make it. Turn around. And what there no there he stood. I played it off like he was just another customer. He dropped a $10 in the tip jar. Seemed like a nice guy. Just kind of putting up with all the people asking for pictures and whatnot because he knew it would brighten their day. Because he isn't. He just strikes me as a man who has enough money. So now he's just having fun with his friends. I forget where I read it. But there was a theory that Sandler is late in his career and movie studios just keep giving him piles of money. He's got so much cash now that he just makes an easy movie in an exotic location so all his buddies can go with him to some awesome location and have all their costs covered by the studio. While spending a day or two filming a movie. Chuck Norris. What a giant douchebag. Kevin Smith. I know this one is going to be unpopular. But I saw a vid of him talking about filmmaking. And in a brief minute of him describing his own process. Everything he has done suddenly fit inside a very small box. It saddened me to know what to expect from him from now on. And the image of a movie rebel quashed. Jennifer Lawrence. I think once it became apparent that she was manufactured as the awkward but approachable hot girl, people lost interest. She's not genuine. She's acting. Just another attempt at branding a person as a product to appeal to a demographic. Girls want her as a friend. Guys want her as their girlfriend who can eat a pizza. Maybe game. Who cares? You know? Donald Trump. It was fine when he was a lowlife. Good for nothing reality show clown. But now he is a lowlife. Good for nothing reality show has been who is vying for the highest political position in the free world. Also, people who think that the fact that he speaks his mind, aka successfully regurgitates the opinions of the lowest common denominator, is a good thing. Being a willfully ignorant, fear-mongering xenophobe is not going to make America great again. No matter how much Mr. Trump or his army of ditto-headed zombies insist that it is. Johnny Depp. Tom Cruise. He seems to be lost in his own Scientology celebrity work and has completely lost touch with the outside world. I've been told by a lot of people who meet him that he is really a nice guy and doesn't shove his religion in your face. He seems to genuinely love his fans. And say what you want, but he's really never ever been involved in some celebrity scandal either. Madonna. This woman uses world natural disasters to pretend to care for publicity, when all she really cares about is using them to promote herself. Kim Kardashian. At first I was amazed at her ability to spin being Paris Hilton's assistant, and also a sex tape, into such massive profitability, but at this point I'm so effing tired of hearing about each and every Kardashian that I hate them all. Except Kendall and Rob. They seem okay. I mean, as okay as that family can get. I respect Kim just because of how loyal she is to her husband. It seems like at every twist and turn she has his back. They make a living off of being popular. Doesn't make them awful people. Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he was funny back when he co-hosted Ben Stein's Money in the Man show. Over the recent years he just comes off as a pompous tool. Robert De Niro. From being one of the greatest actors ever to making really shitty movies in the last decade or more. I think De Niro's career is akin to a regular person doing a bit of gardening for retirement. He's just keeping busy doing what he loves and making some cash on the side. I think he chose more light-hearted films to do. Films that aren't critically acclaimed but are somewhat enjoyable. Maybe he decided he just wanted to enjoy himself now and not take himself so seriously. Hillary Clinton. Sorry to get political, but damn, I used to think she was an okay politician. Mr. Rogers. It started at first when I heard about the alleged sexual assault. But you know, I figured the victims were just attention seekers. Then the thing about his addiction to crack broke out. Then the second round of assault accusations came. Just kidding. Mr. Rogers has never done a single wrong thing in his life. Any actor actress who joins Scientology. I have a very low tolerance for ignorance. Taylor Swift. Just such a try hard goody two shoes. She has so many people shilling for her about how she's this picture perfect friendly white girl who does nothing wrong. Yet she does shitty things and everyone turns an eye. So lame. Neil deGrasse Tyson. First he started off as a cool dude trying to get people into science. His foray into I am Verisma territory and his need to espouse his political opinions, no one cares Neil, really made me lose respect for him. Amy Schumer. I was so in love at first. Holy crap. She was smoking hot to me. Then I watched her show. And read some articles. And the plus size thing. Woof. It does seem like her 15 minutes is up now though. So that's a plus. John Cena. I was really indifferent to him before verging on thinking he was a joke. Then I saw all of his charitable works he's done. Including holding the record for fulfilling the most wishes at the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I've got to relent and give it to him. He's a class act using his celebrity for good. Reddit, what celebrity has slowly lost your respect? So, you hate charity? Bizarro post. That's one cool way of losing someone's respect. Billy Corgan. Steve Buscemi. He hasn't volunteered as a firefighter at any recent terror attacks. Mariah Carey. Hey, I'm usually a lurker and found this interesting enough to comment on. I really like Mariah, but I watched a video recently and I cannot get it out of my head. She was sitting down accepting her star on Walk of Fame, I believe. Anyway, her son runs over to her and she doesn't even acknowledge him. The kid is screaming while an assistant rips him away and Mariah doesn't even flinch. Just keeps posing. I'll take Bill Cosby for 2,000 Alex. Tess Holiday lost all my f***ing respect. It is quite scary that she is a role model. Robin Thicke. Justin Bieber. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't ever have considered myself a fan of his work. But a few years ago when he was younger and it was really trendy to hate him, I thought that everyone should have given him a break because he hadn't really done anything abhorrent and he seemed like a pretty typical teenage pop star. He's turned into an asshole in the last few years. And I don't believe that his age is an acceptable excuse for his behavior. Damn, it's the opposite here. He's slowly gained my respect lately. Donald Trump. I feel like Reddit's gonna taking a steaming pile of shit on Trump on his hammer. I don't know if YouTubers count, but I've lost so much respect for Matthew Santoro. Plagiarizing Stin.